Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tech Showdown. My name is Kevin, this is my co-host Teddy, and today we're checking out the Plantronics Rig 800 HD wireless gaming headset. And let's jump right into it then with the key specs and features. So this is coming with their dynamic 40mm drivers with a frequency response of 20 Hz to 20 kHz and impedance of 32 ohms. It's also coming with Dolby Atmos, which is a surround sound technology. Now, battery life wise, they say the battery life is 24 hours, which is very impressive for a wireless headset, and it is very close to that. And it takes about 8 hours to fully charge, that is if they're fully empty. It has a 10-meter wireless range, and I didn't notice any lag in regards to the wireless connection. It includes an option for an optical hookup, and with a weight of 290 grams, it's actually pretty light as far as wireless headsets go. Now let's move over and talk about the looks then. And I do think this is a good-looking headset, but it isn't very original. That's how I would put it. It has this like carbon fiber skeleton kind of design to it, which does look good, and the gold accents really set it off. However, it does look, especially from a distance, like many of the other gaming headsets on the market right now. As far as the controls go, on the left ear cup on the back there you have all your normal controls, your volume, turning it on and off, and the USB port there. And on the bottom of the right ear cup you have the EQ changer, although I wouldn't touch that, as I'll talk about later on in the video. You basically just want to leave it on the number 1 setting. So let's talk about comfort then. And as far as comfort goes, I was very, very impressed with this headset. So they're using memory foam ear cups, which are just so cushioning. They feel really nice. They're made with a breathable material, so you don't get that sort of hot feeling around your ears, which is good, and I really like that too. You can adjust it by moving the ear cups themselves up and down, so they just sort of pop out. I've moved them down to the bottom, and that was very comfortable for me, but it's an interesting design, and it works really nicely. The suspension headband is also good. It sort of evenly distributes the weight across the top of your head, which is nice, and it's also got a breathable material, which I also like to see. There's not much clamping force either, so it has a kind of bit more of a looser feel on your head, sort of like the Corsair Voids. But unlike the Voids, it doesn't feel like it's going to fall off. Yes, it is looser, but the Voids, they always kind of feel like they're going to fall off. They also weigh a lot more than this. So this one, it doesn't quite have the clamping force, but I guess because of the materials they use or the headband design, it does stay on your head quite nicely, so that is a good thing with it also. And this is one of the most, probably the most comfortable headset I've tested in quite a while now. It's really that good. I mean, I would wear this for 7, 8, 9 hours at a time when I'm doing things, editing or just a decent gaming session with my friends, and I had no issues with it. You didn't feel that sort of hotness or tightness around your ears or the clamping force really pushing in, which is very, very good in terms of comfort, and I was extremely impressed by it. However, comfort isn't everything, especially if the headset sounds bad. So how does it do in terms of sound? So the best way I would put it is that it's a really good all-rounder. The 40mm drivers do a great job across the board, from the lows all the way up into the highs. I would leave them on the first EQ preset, as the other ones just make it sound worse pretty much. For music and movies, it just sounds awesome. It's just, as I said, really well-rounded. And in gaming, it's immersive. You hear things that you would normally hear. It's just very good in that aspect. It really draws you into the game. With the deep lows, when there's an explosion or something like that, you really hear it as well. And it's clear across the board, which is another thing I like to look for. So in terms of sound, it impressed me a lot. The noise isolation is decent. It's definitely not the best I've come across. It cuts out a decent amount of the background noise. So, but there are better headsets out there that do a better job of that. I think that's mainly because of the breathable material they use. Of course, that means some sound can travel through there. There's no software either, as far as I'm aware. I mean, I looked everywhere. That's not really a con. Actually, some people might consider that a plus. If you're wondering how you know about, how much battery life's left or anything like that, when you turn it on, it tells you. It'll say like battery high, battery low, etc. So that's how they get around that. But other people, obviously, who want to go in and customize things a bit more, maybe a little bit upset about that in terms of how it is out of the box. But I personally, I didn't have a huge issue with it either. On the first EQ preset, it was just fine to me anyway. And overall, it's another huge win. It's just got very, very well-rounded, good sound quality, and I have no issues with it here, and it was very enjoyable to use for everything I was doing, gaming, movies, and music. Now let's talk about the mic quality, and once again, like the HyperX Clouds, this is its drawback, main drawback anyway. I wouldn't go as far as saying the mic quality is bad. As you can see, it just moves down here. You can, it's flexible, so you can move it around a bit. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just not good. It's clear enough. Like, if you're playing games with your friends, it'll be just fine. They'll understand what you're saying. It's not an issue there. It's just the overall quality just doesn't sound very good. But as always, I'll let you guys judge for yourself. So this is what the Plantronics Rig 800 HD's mic sounds like.
So here we are, guys. As you can tell straight away, yeah, it's not the best, but it still is very clear, so I still think it would be okay for the majority of you users out there. But for the people that take it a bit more serious, yeah, you're going to want a standalone mic.
So there you have it, guys. That should give you a good idea of what the mic quality is like. As I said, it'll be fine for any gamers out there. Just communicating with your team in that, it'll be just fine. But for streamers or anyone like that, yeah, you're going to have to use a standalone microphone if you're going to use this headset, because the mic quality will not be good enough for you. Which brings us now to the conclusion. And what do I make of the Plantronics Rig 800 HD wireless gaming headset? So right now at Playtech here in New Zealand, it's coming in with a price tag of 219 New Zealand dollars, which is a bit more on the expensive side, but it's not really too bad when you consider it is a wireless headset and they generally will be more expensive. So with that being said, do I recommend them? And it's an easy answer from me. Yes. This is one of the best headsets that I've tested in a long time. It's very, very impressive across the board. Not only is it a good-looking headset, it's very comfortable. The sound quality is amazing. It's very well-rounded. And overall, I think of it as a very good headset. I'm actually tempted to buy this for myself. It's that good. The only one that's impressed me like this straight out of the box would be something like the HyperX Clouds. When I originally tested them, I was blown away by how good they were out of the box. And this is also good. But of course, has its drawbacks. Obviously, lack of software will be an issue for some people, and the mic quality just really isn't there. It'll be good enough for gamers, but for anyone looking for anything beyond that, streamers and that, it's not going to be that good. But I would still highly recommend them. Honestly, if you buy this headset, you're going to be impressed. It comes with a 1-year warranty, which also may, make people a little bit worried, but I think build quality-wise, they're very good. There's a lot of flex there. They're sort of good in that kind of like loose, flexible plastic type way, in the sense that you could, bend these around. It's not going to be a problem. They're not just going to break really easily. They don't feel brittle at all. So that's how I would put it. Yeah, I would highly recommend them. It's a very, very good headset for anyone out there, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. Now, I thank you all for watching this video. Please let me know in the comment section down below what headset you're currently using. And which brand do you like the most when it comes to buying headphones or headsets? Is there a certain brand that you've always stuck to and you've had a good experience with? If you have, let me know. Now, I thank you all for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.